I'm going to teach you what's called the sideways expansion of the breath, how the breath expands out sideways through the body, then or laterally, and then comes back in medially. So we're going to be working with that through the face, the brain, the cranium, and the whole body. I'm going to teach you holographic breathing. I will describe holographic breathing. I will demonstrate holographic breathing. Then there'll be a guided meditation, and in that guided meditation there will be a step-by-step guide, or I will talk you into holographic breathing, which starts as an exercise, but at a certain point just becomes completely natural and is like an activation, and it is deeply healing, deeply relaxing, and deeply meditative. And then once that's going, I'm going to teach you what's called the sideways expansion of the breath, how the breath expands out sideways through the body, then or laterally, and then comes back in medially. So we're going to be working with that through the face, the brain, the cranium, and the whole body, and the different layers of energy to do with that. But first of all, I'm going to describe and demonstrate holographic breathing. So holographic breathing, the lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and the breath is through the nose. And along with that, and with the lips closed, on the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening, and on the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing with the lips closed. And this produces a profound and deeply meditative state. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So just for a few breaths, you may not even notice the motion of the mouth. It is very subtle, but you should notice that the lips aren't opening, and also it's a deeply relaxing and meditative breath work. So instantly, as soon as I start that, I go into a profound meditative place. So it's an instant hit, as it were. So we will start working with that. And as you notice, there's an up-down motion of the jaw in that. And that initiates a breathing motion through the whole face, through the cranium, through the whole body. It actually opens what is called the cranial rhythm with the breath. Cranial sacral therapists work with this cranial rhythm. Well, holographic breathing just starts that motion with your breath. I actually think it comes from holographic breathing, or how we breathed in the womb. So there is that motion, and you can play with that motion and the different energies and the different healing modalities. And I'm going to encourage, and we're going to work with the lateral motion in the face, opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath in the brain and cranium, this sideways motion through the whole body. And this gives a very specific feel. It's very feminine. The vertical motion is more male. This sideways motion is more feminine. It connects to the earth. It's grounded. It's soft. It also connects to the higher self. So we will be working with all of that in the meditation. For new people, we're going to start the meditation now. I'll just give the new people some advice. If this is the first time that you are learning holographic breathing, it's good to be seated until it activates, until it just feels totally natural. Then if you want to lie down, you can. But it's deeply relaxing, and if you pass out or go to sleep or go unconscious before getting all of the instructions, then you'll miss the activation. So if it is your first time, it is good to start off seated, because that will bring more awareness and you are less likely to go to sleep. Once it's going, it's fine to be lying down, because it doesn't really matter if you go in and out of sleep with it. So we will start. We won't go straight into holographic breathing. We will talk to the earth and higher self and center ourselves with that first. So closing your eyes and breathing gently. You may hear some tapping because it's starting to rain, and you may hear that on the roof if some tapping starts. So closing your eyes and breathing in a relaxed way, and sending a smile, sending some energy to the earth, and allowing the earth to say hello back. And notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies. Allow yourself to communicate with the earth. And then sending a smile, sending some energy to the higher self and beneficial energies, and allowing the higher self and beneficial energies to say hello back. The beneficial energies are any divine teachers, subtle energies, divine energies, healing energies. As long as they're beneficial, just to allow yourself to send some energy to the higher self and the beneficial energies, and allow them to say hello back. Allow yourself to receive those energies. Gently breathing and asking the earth, the higher self, and the beneficial energies to be with you through this whole meditation as your resource, as your healing, as your divine inspiration. And breathe. And now we are going to go into the meditation. So the lips are relaxed and closed. The upper surface of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and the tip of the tongue is close to or touching the front teeth. And as much of the tongue on the roof of the mouth as feels comfortable. So it may be 1/2 inch of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, maybe a whole inch of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. The tongue may be covering the whole of the roof of the mouth. But the important bit is that it's not too much and that it is totally comfortable. And with the lips closed, with the tongue on the roof of the mouth, just start moving the jaw up and down so you get the experience that you can move the jaw and keep the lips closed. We do this every day when we eat. We have our lips closed and we move our jaw. So it is fully possible to do that. And a vertical, small motion of the jaw. And when you feel ready, well, slowing that motion down. And when you feel ready, as the jaw is relaxing open, letting the breath come in through the nose. And as the jaw gently closes, allow the breath to leave through the nose. Jaw relaxes open, the breath comes in through the nose. The jaw relaxes closed, the breath comes out through the nose. Notice what that feels like. The jaw, it often feels a bit like a bellows. The mouth feels a bit like a bellows as it's opening. The breath is coming in through the nose. As the jaw is relaxing closed, the breath is leaving through the nose. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the back of the head. As the jaw opens, the teeth are separating away from each other. As you breathe out, they're gently floating back together, and they either gently connect or they just stay very slightly separate. The jaw relaxing open, the breath comes in through the nose, the jaw relaxing closed, the breath leaves through the nose. It's not a visualization or an imaginary thing. Your jaw is physically moving. The jaw relaxes open, the breath comes in through the nose. The jaw relaxes closed, the breath leaves through the nose. So that's doing it with the mouth in that way is quite a physical experience through the body. We are going to change the gestalt, and now we're going to have the breath first rather than the jaw first. Becoming aware of the nose and the breath coming in through the nose, and as you're breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. As you breathe out, the jaw relaxes closed. Notice how it becomes much softer, much more meditative, much easier. Notice how you may start feeling energies moving through your brain and through your body. Breathing in through the nose, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out through the nose, the jaw relaxes closed. The lips stay closed all of the time. The tongue stays on the roof of the mouth all of the time. We're now going to take that through the body. The in-breath, the chest is opening, the jaw follows. On the out-breath, the chest is closing, the jaw follows, the jaw gently closes. On the in-breath, the abdomen is opening, the jaw is relaxing open. On the out-breath, the abdomen is closing, the jaw gently follows. Notice how this movement has just become part of the breath. It started from the jaw, but now the breathing motion of the body is just aligned with the jaw, and the jaw naturally follows your body breathing. Notice your whole torso breathing in, the jaw follows along. The torso breathing out, the jaw follows. Dropping right down into your pelvis. The in-breath, the pelvis is opening with the jaw. On the out-breath, the pelvis closing with the jaw. Also through your arms, your legs, your hands and feet, opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath. Notice how nurturing it feels. Notice how you have started a new modality of breathing. It's not a technique, you've just started a new way of breathing. Notice in a very subtle way your whole face has started to breathe. Your cranium, your brain has started to breathe. Your neck and spine has started to breathe. Everything has started to breathe. You're connecting to the earth and the higher self. So there's this natural motion that just starts happening, and now that carries on, that up-down motion, the jaw carries on, but in a way the jaw opens a little way, and then it just gets held between the muscles above and below, and this expansion happens. Like the face, the jaw, the cheekbones, you breathe in and start expanding out to the sides. Breathing out, they start moving back towards the middle. So you may need to just imagine it to start off with, but after a while it becomes a very real thing. So the face opening out to the sides as you breathe in, and the face closing medially as you breathe out. So it may take a little while for you to get used to, but once you do, then it just becomes part of the breath. You can feel the sides of the cranium opening sideways as you breathe in, closing medially back towards the center as you breathe out. So it's a subtle motion, but it feels bigger than it actually is. Breathing in the cheekbones, the cranium, the jaw, the ears, opening out laterally as you breathe in. Breathing out, relax back to the center. You may feel your whole breathing starts to slow down. You can feel it in your neck as if you have gills. Your neck opening out to the sides as you breathe in. Neck closing as you breathe out. Your shoulders, your chest, your arms opening out to the sides as you breathe in, closing immediately as you breathe out. The abdomen opening out to the sides as you breathe in, closing immediately as you breathe out. And you feel down into your pelvis, like the hip joints and the sides of the pelvis opening. Breathe in, closing as you breathe out. You can feel it through the arms and legs. Breathing in, they're opening out. Breathing out, they're closing immediately. You can feel it in your spine. You can feel it through your cranium. Just this natural, lateral expansion and contraction of the breath. And it takes you into a very different experience of the breath. The jaw is still moving, it's still opening and closing, but there's this whole very subtle feeling of the whole body opening out as you breathe in, closing immediately as you breathe out. You can feel that through the arms, through the legs, through the whole body. It's as if every cell in your body opening laterally as you breathe in, closing immediately as you breathe out. And it connects you to a very particular energy. It's quite female, it's grounded, it's loving, it's to do with creation. It's to do with the lungs, and creation, and the pelvis. And just feel that through your whole body, every cell opening out sideways, laterally as you breathe in, closing immediately as you breathe out. Feel it in the throat and neck. You can feel it in the brain and the sides of the brain. May put a little smile on your face as it's opening up sideways. Naturally puts a little grin on your face. So just being with that and breathing with that. And we're going to come back in about a minute. And sending a thank you to the earth, a thank you to the higher self and beneficial energies, letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth, for love and healing to the higher self and beneficial energies. And allow yourself to be loved and healed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourself to come back. So if you have enjoyed this little tutorial and guided meditation, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also press the notification button, and then you'll be notified every time I put a video on YouTube. If you go to my website, there's a link in the description. You can go to my website. There's a newsletter if you want more information. There are different webinar series and therapist trainings. It's also free webinars that you can come to and work with me in person. And there's also lots of good free YouTube videos on my website. So that's all on a link in the description below. But please like this video, please share it, talk to your friends, let people know about holographic breathing. You can practice this whenever you want. Many people practice it as they're going to sleep or waking up, or you can do it through the day just to relax and zone into that meditative, relaxing place. All right, there's hundreds of free video tutorials on YouTube, so you can go to my channel and play other meditations. All right, thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time. Try coming to a free webinar and saying hello in person. All right, see you then.